live on the Coast to Coast Racing League. We're here for a little surprise Tuesday night action. We're coming together with the Mid-Atlantic Sportsman Series, or the Mid-Atlantic Showdown Series, excuse me. Is teaming up with Coast to Coast Racing League tonight, and we're bringing you 75 laps here at Indianapolis. And you know, if you see in my title, I've got a name in front of that Indy 7500, or in the Indy 75 tonight, because league's been hit with real tough news. You know, we touched on it last night, and it's going to shake a lot of us up here for a while. But you know, we're missing a friend out here tonight, a guy who undoubtedly would be in this race, and he'd be running at the front of it. I can tell you that. We'd be trying to play catch up, just hoping we could stay in that man's draft tonight. Going to be missing him here at Indy, and you know, Bob, this one's for you. But you know, tonight we are here to do what we're here to do, and that's what Bob would want. You know, he would want us to race, and 100% that's what we're here to do. And right now, Cody Graham, I'm going to have to learn car paints with you guys. We normally don't run these Delaras, and I'm not necessarily familiar with everybody's paint. But right now, you're looking at Cody Graham. He's going to be riding around in that green machine, and he's P1 right now with a 39.55. Let's see what machine. Cullen's coming to a stop here, but he's in a white sprint. John's out here on the track. He's P5 right now, so he's in a green and blue machine. That's pretty normal for him. And actually, convenient, right in front of him, I believe that's Jeremy Tate. So. Oh, Mike Cramner just lost the nose cone there. We saw that. That's Preston's dad there, Mike. I'm going to see if he can get that thing around the pit road. We'll have to see. You know, you know, we talked about Bob a little bit, and you know, I just want to bring the man up here who you know, pulled this thing together. You know, this guy, if it wasn't for him right now, you know, putting this on with Roger, we wouldn't be having this show. So I'd like to welcome Preston up into the booth, man. Hey, you got a copy?
I do. How are you doing tonight, Zach?
I'm doing awesome, man. Talk about a good car count. Right now I'm seeing at least 19 guys with a time in, so you got to be proud of this car count.
Yeah, I thought planting this race right between, you know, pole day or qualifying last weekend and the Indy 500 this weekend would probably be a big draw. And then obviously we're out here for other reasons tonight too, so not totally shocked, but still excited. Everybody seems like I got a good handle on the car for the most part, so I think the racing will be good too.
Yeah, you know, speaking of that other reason, you know, it's a somber reason, but I've touched on it a couple times. But man, it sucks. You know, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do to help. But it's awesome when the league can just come together and, you know, help support people when they're upset and in this time of need. And you know, we didn't know that it was going to fall on this date, but you know, it was the perfect way it happened. A good recovery race here for us. Yeah, I know Bob would have appreciated it. It's been a tough few days as everything happened pretty quick, and it was a shock to everybody. But I over just the past couple of days, I've gotten messages from people or seen posts on Facebook, and everybody says the exact same thing about how much fun he was, how nice he was, always raced you clean. And the big thing, and I can attest to this, if you wanted help, he was there to give it to you. And I think, you know, even in the short time he was kind of with our league, he was obviously massive in the RC world, but got pretty big in our league, and he, you know, made an impact. Especially, you know, I was looking at some of the stats Roger posted today, and he was one win above 50% win rate. So that's pretty incredible. Yeah, you know, you're not kidding. And you know, he probably wouldn't want to take credit for it because I'm not always the best driver, but man, Preston, he sat with me for hours one day and just tried to get through me trail braking, and man, he's taught me so much in that GT3 car. Man, what he did for me was priceless, and I definitely always will owe him for that.
Yeah, I'm realizing he never told me that he coached you along like that, and things are starting to click a little bit more. So I'm gonna have to get it back out there and whip back up on you, I think.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to me, but I know you got a lot to put together tonight, so I'll send you back down to the team. But good luck tonight, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being out here, and anybody watching. Bob was a good guy, and just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. We really appreciate it. No, we'll put on a good show for you tonight. So thanks again, Zach.
All right, go get him tonight, Preston. That's gonna be Preston. You know, he's definitely you can hear the hurt a little bit. We're all hurting. We're gonna miss that man. He's very important to a lot of us, and you know, it's one of those stupid effing cliches. You know, you really don't know what you got till it's gone, and you just a guy like him. It's so easy for the competitor to come out in you, and you know you're sick of getting beat all the time, and you know it's hard to fall in love with the learning process and just do that. But you know he was willing to take you under your wing, and if you could take the lumps, man, that guy he taught you so much. And you know I was talking to my teammate earlier, John Hine, and you know we were talking a little bit about Bob, and you know I said I was going to pull up John. You know, John knew Bob very well through the league here. So John, you got anything you want to say about him?
Yeah, you know, Bob was a heck of a competitor, and you know, a guy that was just almost unbeatable. But you know, my memory that I'm going to have and cherish is you know, we were doing an Xfinity race together at Talladega, and we ran that almost that whole race to nose to tail, and just worked really well together. And we pushed each other to the front several times through that race. And I'll tell you, after the race, I didn't think anything of it. Had a good time, and lo and behold, you know, probably about 20 minutes after the race, on my messenger, Bob messaged me and told me how cool it was to do that, and hoped to work with me in the future. And we kind of chatted a little bit after that, and yeah, it just floored me, and I'll always remember that.
Yeah, and you know, coming from him, I mean, nobody's immortal, but man, he was almost like that on the racetrack, and getting those words from him, that means a lot to somebody. So I totally understand you there, but. Well, John,
yeah, and especially coming from a guy that's that good, you know, he doesn't have to take the time to talk to a guy like me, you know, and that's really cool, you know. That I think that's what impressed me about it so much.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, we all know it. Every racer in here knows that he was better than us, but he didn't for a second act like it, and that's what we loved about him.
Yep.
Well, John, I'm gonna send you back down there to the team, boys. Good luck, man, and hopefully I'm talking to you again here tonight.
Down for him.
We saw him there. I went on board with him for a little bit. We're going to go back on board because that's a pretty cool camera, but I realized how loud it was. So I didn't want to drown out John here. Let's go back. Let's do Stevie here. He's not close enough to get any toe. Ooh, culling around. Found him just in time. Bob Curtis snuck on through. Right now, I only have 3 guys on the track. Let's see, let's see who else we got around here. You know, Roger will probably have something to say. Roger, you know, he's always definitely got something to say. And hey, Roger, I've been pulling a couple people up, you know, and just in memory of us all being here, and you know, for Bob. Well, what's your favorite Bob Light memory?
I think the one season, I mean, he was just absolutely incredible. The one season in the GT3s, or it might have been the Skippy cars before that, but he went the whole season with only 2 incidents. And I think I can take credit for that. I think he was trying to avoid me, and he had to go through the grass. That was his only incident for a full season. Just absolutely incredible. So, just, you know what a wonderful guy, and yeah, it really gets hard, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely, you know, and like, John basically said it perfect, and Roger, you can attest to this. He was light years better than all of us, but I'll tell you what, man, he didn't act like it. Just the classiest person I've ever raced with.
Yeah, we had Nick. He was the speed of light was was the nickname, and yeah, absolutely, just the best gentleman racer that we ever had. A lot of guys, could take a good lead from the way he drove and acted. That's for sure.
No, yep, we're gonna miss him. He's gonna be a big void to fill here. But good luck tonight, Roger. I'm rooting you on, man. Were you down there with Greg Boydell and John Rayner in that room?
Yeah, yes, I was. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
trying
cool
to get
deal.
Greg in the session. Yep.
I'll move you back down there if you want me to.
Thanks for doing this, buddy.
Oh, no
Appreciate it.
problem, man. Anytime. That's Roger Craig here. Perfect timing. Just looking back up on the broadcast screen, and Bob Curtis is about to pull her in. So it's good. I'm trying to find somebody getting some draft here, and I'll throw up the dashboard. Get to see some drafts. And I'll do that anyways. Let's pull this up here. That's going to be important. Let's watch some miles per hour tonight. Let's see, Cullen's getting into it. Let's see if we can find something going on. Cullen's getting some car here. You'll see. Really pulls up the track, almost nowhere to go, but man, he puts her around. Wow. He fit that thing. You talk about practice, man. Oh my gosh. I can find out who's behind him. Like I say, this is a little difficult when you don't have the paint jobs memorized. You take for granted knowing everybody's paint. Gonna leak out, but then that guy's using no real relative. Let's see if I can. That's a Jack. It's a Devo. Somebody's pulling up in Preston. Stephen Golden is going to be getting a little tow here. They're going to let the practice time, I imagine, roll out here the whole way. Try to fill out some more guys. So you see how much time's left. We've got 6 minutes up there. Golden, he probably a little dirty dog. He probably knew I got him. On camera, he's going to go down there and wreck it. See the Bassman's pulling out here. Down to the 6-minute mark here. We'll give these guys time to go out and practice. And actually something I didn't really address here, which if you are not an IndyCar person, you wouldn't know this. In IndyCar qualifying, okay, you need 4 laps. They average your 4 laps. They take the average speed, They take all 4 laps, divide it by 4, get your average speed, and that's going to set the pole time. Well, it'll be lap time here. They won't have mile per hour like actually Indy does, but it'll still do. It'll average the 4. And in this, some drivers, may get aggressive normally in qualifying, spin out, and get a chance to re-go again. But here, different. All 4 laps you need them clean. If you touch the wall once in iRacing, if you get down on the grass, if you lose control of the car even, and what I mean by that is spin sideways, not hit the wall, still save it, but you lost speed, you got sideways, you lost car control. iRacing will hit you with an incident point, and what that will do is that will nullify your whole qualifying run. You'll be starting from the rear end. So you've got to pay attention out here. You want to start towards the front for sure. Man, you don't want to risk it all and start in the back. It's sometimes you'd rather start 5th and go for that pole and maybe wad it up and go to the back. But let's give you a cockpit view here. This is what if you were on iRacing right now, this is what you would be seeing exactly. And you can see yourself getting the wall is, man, every time I get on Cullen, let's go to Slide Job Allison. you know, he wouldn't admit to it, but I was testing my software about a half hour ago, and I found an Indianapolis room just to make it look, you know, something legit. Didn't need to, could have done it. But guess who I saw in there practicing in a public lobby? Isaac Salas. This guy, you know, he wants to win in everything he does. He's not just going to hop in a room without some seat time. It shows. He's very smooth in the draft there. He's going to get the pool. Oh! Oh! And they're wrecking. Who was that? Wasn't Steven Golder? Wasn't Terry Landis? Oh, it had to be Brandon Dittmer. That's it. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. These guys are out here racing, just having fun tonight. No points on the line. Who cares? You know, that's not what it's about tonight. Well, hey, guess what? Qualifying time. Let's see if we can't get you somebody out here. We're going to stay on Brandon Dittmer for now. He's actually the first car out on the track. Let's see if I can find that. There we go. So just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen, too. You're going to see, guys, it'll rotate. Green is going to be their fastest personal sector. Yellow will mean they were slower than their fastest personal sector. Purple, that's what you want to watch out for. Purple means I am quicker than you guys. Good luck catching up to me. I am the time to beat right now. So if you're seeing purples in any sector, that means they're the quick guy right now. As you see, Jason Butcher, Jacob Butcher. I don't know how to read. He was the first person through. Now Brandon Dittmer got it. Isaac Salas now, but we're going to ride with Brandon Dittmer right now until we see a couple of these laps roll in. We're going to stick a full lap with Brandon. Coming down the backstretch, we're going to hop on the roll bars here. We're going to see 228, 229. Keep an eye on the bottom right, 230. Almost hit 231. If you did, he hit it real quick for a split second, but you're seeing trying to be flat out. I mean, that's the goal through here. Flat out these laps. That's what it's about. But tire wear is really going to start to hurt. To really pay attention to that bottom, because I just realized, like I say, it's a 4-lap average. So the way my SDK software is you see on the left, we're going to get times all at once. It's just we're not going to get lap by lap. So we're going to just have to keep an eye out. Let's go to Cody Graham a little bit. Next time I see a purple, we're going to pop. So Brandon Dittmer, he's slowing down. That's what you expect. Those guys on lap number 2, Jacob Butcher as well. You expect to slow down. You see the same thing in the real life cars. You know, tire wear. You just can't. It's hard to go down to the mat, pedal to the metal as the tires start to age, and it's just looking for that right line, that good angle. Let's take a look at Steven Spees here. So I don't blow this one. So you just see, you want to keep that wheel as smooth as you can. Every dip, you know, even there on the straightaway, it may be fractional, but you're losing time every time you're jerking that steering wheel. You see there, he had to give it a little bit extra oomph, a little extra left-hand turn coming off. Good there, you didn't hear the tire squeal like you did coming out of 3. That should help him. Now, let's see. We're going to start to see guys' times come in very soon. Isaac Salas should be one of the first times to pop up here. Let's watch him. Jacob Butcher is going to come in. And right now I'm seeing, oh man, it doesn't break it down far enough for me, but I'm seeing a tie on the pole. Never mind. Cody Graham says, nah, guys, I'll take it from here. That's if there was any confusion about the pole, you guys can figure out he's going to start beside me, but I'll just take that from here. Let's see who's still. Steven Spees is about to, he's coming down. He's going to be rolling into turn 3 here, and then we're going to see his time pop up on the chart. Isaac Salas up to P4. See here. Steven, where is he going to come across? Steven Spees is going to sit on the front row. Big time for the 55, or it says 53. He's my teammate. It's a 55. I don't care what iRacing's trying to tell you. He's in the 55 tonight. Let's see, is Stephen Golden. One of the few still out there. So let's ride on board with him. There's a little wobbly on the straight, a little wobbly. Like to be a little smoother than that, but that's not going to kill it. Greg Boydell, he's on his final lap here, coming through turn 3. If I know my Indianapolis, my Brickyard. I didn't. He was coming through turn 4. He's crossing the bricks. Let's see what GJ's time is. And Greg Boydell move over P3. Greg Boydell. So only car left on the track is Steven Goldner. And he's right now finishing up lap number 2. So he just needs to stay smooth here. Make sure he doesn't have a hiccup. Not sure how much time qualifying has. He's going to be able to get this full thing in or not. We'll have to see here. Across the line here to take the white flag and across the bricks one more time around for Mr. Steven Goldner, the Canadian. I say the Canadian, but you know what? There are a couple Canadians in here. Let's see what SDK. I'm seeing 5 Canadians. You have Steven Goldner, James Bowie, Roger Craig, John Rayner, Greg Boydell. So if anybody else is Canadian and iRacing is saying you're not, take it up with them. Because I'm just looking at what they got. But here he comes, final time across the brick. Steven Goldner, let's see what time he's in. P8. You know, he's not going to hate that. These aren't his forte, and these are, it doesn't really matter where you start. Guys have 2 quick repairs. Can't remember if I brought that up. I believe tire sets are unlimited, so under caution, you'll probably see guys come in and just take tires if they're unlimited. Steven Goldner, he wasn't happy with that car. He's going to bring out the backup car. Those physics were pretty wild. But, you know, what are we going to do? That's all our cars have qualified except Preston Cramner didn't get a time in. Donovan Ross didn't either, but they did put some laps in, so I imagine that was a case of kind of like I said, where you need 4 clean laps. Maybe scrubbed it up a little bit, but you know, it's the way it's going to go sometimes. But you know, if you're watching out there tonight, let us know who you're rooting for, and hey, Bill Calder, man, I appreciate that. I see you writing out there. He was a part of the retreads division. I'm happy to see we have a few retreads in this race. You know, Bill, you could be here. We wish you could be here, man. We miss you. We love having you around here, and you're always a joy to have. We miss you, and when you come back, we want you healthy. So make sure you worry on kicking butt on that first before you focus on getting back at the track with us. We'll be here. We're not going anywhere. I promise you that. I just saw the bar turn white up there. I think that means we might be getting ready for an advancement here. I don't want to hold my breath, but let's find out here. And you know, lo and behold, looks like I was right here. Let's see here. All right. Here we go. The Bob Light Memorial Indy 75, presented by the Mid-Atlantic Sportsman Series and Coast to Coast Racing League. We are excited to have you here, and you're about to get 75 laps at the Brickyard. Tune-up for the Indy 500 this weekend, and I think all of us are rooting for Kyle Larson. Go get him, man. That's beside the point right now. You know, let's go ahead and let's see if I can read you off your starting grid here. Sorry, these normally aren't where I have them. Starting on the pole is going to be Cody Graham, is outside. Steven Spees, Greg Boydell on the inside of row number 2, and is outside the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Jeff Kemper's going to roll off in P5, and the outside slide job. Isaac Salas going to roll off P6. Jacob Butcher going to roll off P7. And his outside is going to be Steven Goldner. Let's see, I jumped the gun too far. Not very good at that. Cullen Johnston is going to roll off P9, and rolling off P10 to his outside is going to be the Professor, John Hine. Rolling off in row number 6, Jack Clevenger on the inside, and his outside, Jeremy Tate in the 8. Gary Offit is going to roll off in the Baker's dozen spot, and his outside, Mike Cramner in the 14. John Rayner rolling off P15, and his outside, the Bassman, Roger Craig. Terry Landis is going to roll off P17, and Bob Curtis is outside in the 18th spot. Jim Bowie is going to roll off in 19th, and his outside is going to be Devo Donovan Ross. And rolling off, rounding out the field, the man that made this happen tonight. Give him a thanks. We love you, Preston Cramner. Let's see here. I just made a bunch of things pop up, which I didn't want. Let's see here. Go back to empty this thing out. There we go.
Green.
As they're off, green flag. Sorry about that. Couldn't figure out how to get that to go away, but we did. Steven Spees is looking for the lead on the outside already. Just try to at least leave some driver details up, as we're not really all sure who everyone is just yet. But right now, Cody Graham in that green machine in the 24. He's looking back to the inside of the 55 of Steven Spees as they're side by side going into turn 3. Lap number 1. Contact! Who's in the wall? Big one. I'm seeing a lot of guys involved. Oh, man, that happened quick. All right. Let's go see if we can find where this originated. All right, so we're going to have to rewind a little bit here. Let's see. Let's see if we can find this bad boy. Okay, let's go back here. See, so Brandon Dittmer gets in the wall, and then just Oh, man, nowhere for anyone to go. It's just, oh, man, clean up on aisle 3. Just seeing cars spin out, nowhere to go. Let's see if I can figure out who. Let me see, pull up the driver details here. I want to get an onboard of him slamming into him. Like I say, a little sorry for the delay here, but we do not know paint jobs yet, so we're going to go back here to Cullen Johnston, and we're going to ride on the roll bar here. The big thing for some of these guys is, are they able to make it back to pit road? Because they don't want to go a lap down. Do not want to go a lap down. Up front, Cody Graham. He's in the safe spot. Where he wants to be for sure. Being an asphalt race, caution laps will count, so these guys got to remember to play nice if they want to have some battling going on out there. You're seeing some guys down in the bottom. You're seeing them come down pit road. A couple people making some stops. Let's see. Let's go take a look right now. Preston Cramner. He's just all he had to do was survive that. He's up 8 spots right now. Currently a hard charger. You know, we're not giving out any hard charger. Preston's one of the guys we're rooting for tonight. That's for sure. Roger Craig. Let's what machine is that man in tonight? Let's see if we can get a better view. He's in that white and black machine. He's up 8 spots as well. Started 16th. Cullen's going to come down pit road here. Might as well, if you're in the back involved in that wreck, you know, you're not going to use another quick repair, obviously. You'll come in and just throw some gas in. It ain't going to hurt you. Lights are off now, though, as you're seeing the boys are going double file. It's about that time here. We're going to go down the back strip one final time. Go to the old Goodyear blimp here. See how they fan out on the restart. Let's say file down into turns 1 and 2. We'll get you back. Let's see what we got here. We're going to see the pace car tuck off coming out of 4 here. We'll see old Freddie get low, and we're ready to get back underway here in the Bob Light Memorial Indy 75 lapper here at the Brickyard. Let's put the hammer down. Cody Graham with a great restart. You see, they really fan out all throughout here. Just guys now maybe going to be a little patient here, hopefully. Get some green flag laps in. As soon as I say that, we're side by side back here for P4. Jeff Kemper's in 3rd right now, but he's got Isaac Salas looking to the outside of GJ Boydell. Isaac Salas in that Kyle Larson looking machine. Looking to the outside. Greg Boydell ran him out of room, and
yellow flag.
That's all she wrote. Not sure if maybe, overdriving a little bit or if he just tried to shut the door, but Isaac didn't back out, got in the wall, and I mean, just nowhere to go. If Isaac either had to back out of that or Greg was going to have to crack up and give him some room, but we're seeing some guys dip off into the pits already. Not sure if, maybe there was another wreck up front as well. Jeremy Tate. Let's go back and see if we can find something with Jeremy Tate. Let's just go back here. And we'll find Jeremy. Okay, he had already lost it at that point. Let's go back much further than that. Nothing but time here at Indy. So let's go back to Jeremy Tate. Okay, that just happened right. He actually wasn't really involved in the wreck. He kind of followed Isaac in the wall. I mean, you can't. If he wouldn't have hit the wall, would he have probably ran into him? Ran into the accident, been a part of it? Yes, but Mike ran back. Same thing. They both kind of just got. That can happen sometimes, you know. You start racing off the guy in front of you, you get comfortable thinking they know what they're doing, and they just overdrive one corner, and it's. I mean, it happens that fast in these things. You know, we showed you speeds, 230 at the end of the straightaway, and that was without draft. So these guys in the draft, we'll throw up the dashboard here. After they get back green, if they can stay racing, we'll take a look at some speeds, but I mean, they're going to be pushing at least 235 in the draft if they're getting a full head of steam. So car's going to handle different, and you got to make sure you're on your toes. You know what you're doing. But second caution of the night here is guys just racing a little bit too hard, too early. Sorry about the pause there. Had to wet the old whistle. You're looking at him. Man still out front. Cody Graham. We talked about two people earlier as hard chargers. Here's one of them. Preston Graham. I'd tell you to guess, but you're getting to cheat right now. It says where he's at the top of your screen. He's in P7 now. Up 14 spots. This is the man who put this together. We interviewed him earlier. A lot is on his mind right now. You know, this isn't just a race for him. He's racing for a good friend and teammate. So he's got a lot on his mind, and you know he's up for the task. And another guy who cost Bob Light his incident-free season, which is if he didn't have enough records, you know, Roger just couldn't let him have that one. He said that was his favorite memory. And the Bass man, he's up to P4. All of a sudden, he's flirting with a podium. And long way to go, but there is never a bad time to be towards the front as long as you're going to race smart. Let guys buy you if they get runs, new tires, and just keep yourself up there. He's where he wants to be. He's where he needs to be. So if you bought a seat in turn 3, this is a pretty good view of what you're going to get. Let's see if they shovel us down into turn 4. Let's see what kind of cam we get here. All right, yeah, here we go. Middle of turn 4, pretty good view here. He's going to sit up, you know, if you can't get the Brickyard tickets. I'd want to be a little further down towards the end of turn 4. You get to see the final turn and the finish line, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Right as I change
Green
oil.
flag,
This
green
is something
flag.
beautiful about Indy. Stands in the pits. Who doesn't love that as they're back racing here? Cody Graham, still your leader, gets a good jump on the 55 of Steven Speed, who's got his teammate Jeffrey Kemper all over him. Said, Steven, man, time to go, dude. I don't care if we're teammates. This thing's for charity. I want to go win, dude. Let's go back here to Preston Cramner. He's your current hard charger right now. He's running behind Stephen Goldner. Stephen Goldner thought about looking to the high side of this 302 of John Rayner. And John Rayner, you got to think, is he trying to get maybe some draft? Going to maybe look at the Bassman Roger Craig here as we have a long, long straightaway. Everybody looking for toe. Nobody really fanning out yet. Is it on for second? Jeff Kemper's going to look to the outside of his teammate. His teammate's going to leave him room, but not much room. Go ahead and let's show you how fast Jeff Kemper right now is going in the toe. So he's actually not going to get that much more. They're swerving around. Tires are getting older. It's running about qualifying speeds. But still, when you're in the draft, you're losing some of that front downforce. It's a handful. Let's go back. Let's see here. Oh, somebody's in the wall. Gary Offit. Oh! Gary was trying to get low, got rear-ended. Is he still going to make it to the pits? Oh, my gosh. Just wild. The mayhem. James Bowie, he was the one who looked like maybe ran into the back of him. He's really paying for it, but we got a lead change. Steven Spees looking on the outside, going down the back stretch. Going down the front stretch here, the 55 is going to try to lead a lap. Stephen Goldner in the background. You saw him loop. That thing ain't going to make it back around.
Caution, yellow flag.
He's going to need a caution. Whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy. Let's go back and... Oh, we went back way too far. We went back way too far because I didn't fast forward the software. My apologies. Let's take a look at Stephen Goldner. Looks like he just gets his left tires down there on the apron. I had the worst view of that possible, so we're going to actually... Yeah, he just gets those left tires down there, and when he does, there's no saving it. Wild ride for him. Let's see what it's like. You see, he tries. Oh, he tries. It ain't turning for him. Tough break for Goldner. But he'll be back. He'll be back for sure. There's a long way to go in this thing. Right now, we have a new leader. Cody Graham had been setting the pace, but the 55 of Steven Spees wasn't even going to race tonight. Took me and John Hine bugging the living heck out of him to hurry home from work and hop on this thing, and all of a sudden, he is sitting in P1. You know what? It's charity night, and I know Jeff Kemper isn't going to mind. I'm going to pull him up here, and I'm going to catch his thoughts right now. Hey, Jeff, your teammate Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, it looked like you got some speed out there. You thought about making a move on Steven. He kind of shut the door a little bit, and then it just looked like you slotted in line. But you think you got something for the win here tonight?
Yeah, as long as I keep myself clean, keep the tires underneath it, make sure not to wear them, overheat them too much. Yeah, I should have a chance.
About how long can you guys go on a tank of fuel tonight?
I got 22 laps remaining.
All right, okay. So you guys are definitely looking at probably at least a two-stopper then tonight, I'd imagine.
Yeah, possibility. We'll see what happens with the cautions.
Well, hey, man, I'm rooting for you. Go get them and keep the nose clean.
All right, thanks, Shaggy.
All right, go get them. That's Jeff Kemper. Let's see here. Lights are still on. Lights are still on. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's bring up Devo. We're gonna bring up Devo Donovan Ross. Hey Devo, Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I guess, man.
Yo, hey man, you having some fun out here?
There's too much going on for me. I'm too simple-minded, you know that.
Hey man, I hear ya. I'm much happier to be up here tonight than on the track. That's for sure. I'm no good at these things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in these things. I'm trying to figure out the pit lane, and yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just hanging on, waiting to make a power move at the end here, buddy.
Hey man, that's when it's most important. I'm rooting for you. Go get him tonight, Devo.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Donovan Ross there in the 5, and you know he's joking a little bit about making the power move at the end, but I'll tell you what, he's not. He is one of those guys who, time in and time out, he's there at the end when it really matters. So I imagine Donovan Ross, he's struggling a little bit right now, back in 16th. Devo right here, but he's going to be there at the end when it matters. I put all the money on it, that's for sure. But right now, Steven Spies, he's the guy to beat. Cody Graham, we'll have to see if he can hang around with Steven. It's definitely easier to keep up with somebody in the draft down the straightaway, but it's so hard to explain if you've never been in a car. But when you get behind someone and you lose all that front downforce, it's really tight off the corner, and you're wearing the front tires a lot more. You're putting a lot more heat into them. They're sliding. They're not sticking to the track as well. So not only are you dealing with the frustrations of not being able to get around, but you're going to deal with extra tire wear, and that's something that Steven dealt with early on. So he's going to have to see if maybe there's a tire wear deficit. Maybe Cody Graham was able to save it a little bit. Going to have to see how hard he really pushes it here on the restart. If he's comfortable with running second, I doubt he forces Steven to the bottom. Probably lets him float up comfortably in 1 and 2. But he's hungry to get back out front. He's going to try to restart right with Steven and hold him down on the bottom as long as he can, and pinch his momentum and get right back to the lead. But don't look now, too. I just saw him pop up. Isaac Salas, we saw him get in the wall not too long ago and have to pit. He is back up to P8, so keep an eye on that guy. Well, we're going back up to the front here. Let's see, is the green flag flying? No, not yet. Steven Spies in the 55. Hammered down. Cody Graham with an excellent start. Is he going to be able to pinch the 55 down? That's not what Steven wants, because I'll tell you, those tires are definitely not as good as they were on lap 1. He's going to want a little bit of room, or he may have to check out of it. He's going to get a little low. He's going to touch the apron. Big wreck.
Yellow flag is out.
Big wreck. Isaac Salas around. Oh. When does the mayhem stop? Oh, that's wild. Just spinning like a top. All right. Let's go back and see if we can find out how all this started here. Let's see. So we're going to... Let's ride on board with Terry Landis here. Let's see, actually. Let's go a little bit above. Give us a better view. So Isaac is just going to get into the back. I couldn't tell who that was in that black machine. Let's see if we can find the person here. So Gary Offit. Gary Offit was just a little slow on the bottom, it looked like. And that's what kicked that whole thing off. Tough break. Let's go back and let's look at it again here. Let's give it to you at full speed. Oh, okay. He gets a little loose on the bottom. Oh! That was Isaac who climbed the fence. Dear God. Let's see if we can get a little better. Let's see, so Isaac, he's gonna... All right, so yep, they're just too wide. He gets loose on the apron. Isaac, now this is what we want to watch. This is the ride. Up the fence, back down. Hits a car, gets hit, spins down, hits another car. I mean, he was a magnet. There was nowhere Isaac could go. I don't know if he's got any quick repairs left. He does. He is back on the track. That's got to be his last one. He was involved in 2 wrecks, so he's got, oh man, he's got to stay out here at least do 57 clean laps. So if you're using 2 quick repairs and 18 laps, you do the math there, but not very good odds. He's going to have to behave himself and make sure he stays out of trouble here. His night's going to be over. Lap down, not sure what happened to John. And Cody Graham, remember, that excellent restart, he was able to take away that lead from Steven Speed, so we do have a new leader. Still haven't seen the leaders duck down pit road yet. They've seen the mayhem. They probably want to stay out front as long as they can. It's the safest out front. Fair warning, I see someone pulled in my driveway, so it's only a matter of time until the D-O-G, I have to spell that because who knows, we'll start B-A-R-K. I really hope he doesn't notice the C-A-R in the driveway. The wife heard me spelling and shut the door. She is the real MVP. So we are not going to hear that dog. You know, find yourself one like that. You know, that lets you come home, race with the boys. All you got to do is just watch the jet race. Take her out to dinner, rub her feet, you know, give her massages, but that's the way to keep one happy. If she doesn't let you iRace, now, because there's no point being in an unhappy marriage. But who am I? I'm not a counselor. I'm just a broadcaster. We're coming out of turn 4. We're getting ready to take the green flag and start lap number 20 here of 75 here at the Brickyard. You know, I wish I could go down and interview the person who wins this thing on the bricks, watch him kiss it, but iRacing won't allow us to get out of the car yet. So
Green.
let us get out of the car. Just gonna have to do it in a normal victory lane. But good jump for Cody Graham. He's able to get a good jump on Steven Spees, and that opens the door for Jeff Kemper, who moves up into P2 for now. Not sure if he'll be able to secure the spot. His teammate Steven Spees might let him slide in line. I don't know if he let him. He made him let him slide in line. But Preston Cranmer, look, where did he come from? The A-Lit Outlaw started this thing in the shotgun position, back of the field, looking under the 55 of Steven Spees for P3 as we have cars all over the track back here. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up with it all. The A-Lit Outlaw is going to suck up, get some draft. He's going to look under the 55 here going into turn 1. Is he going to have the momentum to secure the pass? Yes, he is. Steven Spees is just going to slide in line. Let's go up to the front. Jeff Kemper's looking low. Not going to have the momentum coming off of 2, but if he's smart, he's going to slide up. Yeah, get some draft, Jeff. Get some draft. Go here. Do it again. Duck off into turn 3. Send it, brother. And he's got enough to secure it. New leader here on lap number 21, Jeff Kemper. Is he going to lead his first lap of the race? Oh, no, Steven Spies. Steven Spies. Oh, no, the whole field's coming. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, he was flipping. Oh. No, is that Mike Cramner? Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't even know how I break this all down. Okay. We're going to see what we can do here from the aerial. We're not going to get everybody's name. I don't know all the drivers' paints, but we're going to watch how this happened, and we're going to just watch what stems from it. This is Steven Spies. He pushed coming off of turn 4 hard into the inside wall. And, I mean, there's nothing he can do. You can see the tire smoke. He's on the brakes. That might have been all she wrote right there for him. He's just going to spin around. And then this is where it gets wild. Everybody is trying to slow down. We're with Isaac Salas right now. He's maybe not the best person to be with here. Or no, yeah, he is. Okay, he gets stuck right up in it. Oh my gosh. Jacob Butcher back here. Let's see here. On board with Jacob Butcher. We know the accident happens up here in turn 4, but let's just see how fast you come up on everything and how fast it happens. Okay, so he sees smoke right now. Never really got out of it in time, though. Never really got out of it in time. Oh, my God. And that took out so many cars. Who made it through? Is that Jeremy Tate? All right, now we got to see Jeremy Tate here. If I miss a little bit of it, I apologize. We'll get back to the live action, but this, he just had to go through a cornfield maze. He didn't get no ticks, no nothing. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh! Oh, what an onboard camera here! Holy crap, wild ride. What a wild ride. Jeff Kemper, though, he's the man out front. We saw before all the mayhem ensued, he was able to make that pass on Cody Graham going out into turn 3, but oh my gosh, what an insane ride. Oh, Jeremy Tate. If you end up getting on the podium, I better not forget to ask you about that. Oh my gosh, that was insane. You know what? Jeremy's actually down here. We're going to, before I forget, we're going to just move him up here. I'm going to get him. Hey, Jeremy, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Dude, how did you make it through that? We rode in your onboard. That was unbelievable.
I don't even know. I just saw smoke and tried to check up as much as I could and see where I could go, but I have no idea, dude.
Well, dude, I'll tell you what, great awareness, and if you end up parking it on the podium, you owe it to that. That was one of the best driving shows I've ever seen, man. You're going to have to go back and look at this broadcast. This car's spinning all around you, flipping all around you, and you just kept your cool, man. And I'm rooting for you here tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, go get him. Jeremy Tate in the 8. Yeah, I got him back in time. Made it a little closer than he probably would have liked. Sorry for that, Jeremy, but it adds to the sauce here as the lights are off and we're getting ready to go back racing. So let's see here, Jeff Kemper. He's
Green
waiting
flag,
for
green
the man
flag.
to wave the flag, and he's off. Probably not the start he would have liked as Preston Cramner thought about making it 3 wide. Tucks back in line though, able to give Brant.
The yellow flag is out.
Jeff Kemper lost it. Jeff Kemper lost it. Is he going to be able to drive it back to the pits, though? That's going to be the question. He's got a long way to go, and there's a lot of damage on that thing. Man, he's going to have to tow it, and tough break here for your race leader. Let's go back and see if we can maybe get a better look at what happened. I was kind of paying attention behind him, so definitely my fault. Just going to go down. Does he just clip the grass and lose it all by himself? Yeah, that's what it is. Just got a little too low on that apron. Left side's hit, and that's all she wrote. Big hit into the safer barriers down there, and Jeff's going to be thankful to have those safer barriers. Wow, those cars are going to be glad that Jeff did a good job of locking those brakes up and keeping it down there. Long way to go here, Mr. Kemper. You know it's not over yet, so chin up. But Cody Graham, he's no love lost for him. He don't mind. He's happy to get the lead back any way he can. Gonna have to pay attention to the ticker with you. I'm messing around with my software here. I screwed around with some NASCAR stuff, and I'm wondering if it should be telling you guys who is a lap down, but I've been doing a terrible job and not really looking at it. So let's see. Yeah, Goldner. Okay, it does. So Stephen Goldner, as you see, this is your first car lap down lead. 10 cars on the lead lap left. That's going to be a big deal. Some of these guys are, taking. Well, actually, Goldner. There he goes. Lucky dog. Goldner's going to get the lucky dog here. Well, 11 cars in. Guys like Donovan Ross, Steven Spees, John Hine, Mike Cramner, Bob Curtis, Gary Offman. Gary Offman's 2 laps down. He's sitting in that 1 lap down. Jeff Kemper, when he gets back out, he's going to be 2 laps down. So that's a lot of guys for lucky dogs, and caution laps are counting. So they're either hoping for 2 handfuls more cautions, or they think they're got to race their way to the front, because options are getting limited here for guys a lap down, that's for sure. Starting to run out of time. You want to make sure you have a car left to finish, but at the same time, got to be on that lead lap if you want to have anything. Once again, man, let's highlight this man still. Look at it. Shotgun on the field, 21st. The Malcolm's Mills mill writing, Kreitz Oval track parts, Galen's homegrown popcorn 07 machine is on that final step of the podium. And I can tell you what, he ain't just hungry for popcorn. He wants more than that. No doubt. He, and with Coast to Coast, this ain't a shot at him. He'd admit it. I don't remember the last time he scored a victory. And he could use this. He knows it. He wants it. The two groups getting together here, the Mass group and the C2CRL group, he wants to show I got what it takes. I can keep it clean and go out here and win this thing. So he's going to give it his all. John Rayner, too, that's another one. He runs these a lot with the retreads. Don't sleep on him. He's up to P4. He's doing what it takes. Cullen Johnson, another guy. He's a sleeper like me. He likes to almost pit every caution he can, make sure he's got enough gas in that thing to go as long as he can. But he's gotten to the point in this race too where he knows you got to stay out of the mess. Can't keep dropping to the back, or you get caught up in somebody else's BS. He's got to go. Steven Spees, he's side by side. Devo, he's in that red machine there. They're battling for the lucky dog. That's going to be another battle on the track that we got to keep an eye on. Pace cars should be getting ready to pull off here. And we're going to bring you back to the green flag here. We're ready to bring you to lap number 29 to 75. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got a little ways to go, so a couple cautions so far. Just stick with us. We're going to have one hell of a finish for you here. Cody Graham's ready to drop the hammer, and he gets a good restart over Brandon Dittmer, able to easily clear him. He can go wherever he wants. Preston Cramner, he wants more. I told you before, he's up to V2. Here he comes. Can he get a good run here out of 2? Brandon Dittmer with a better run out of 2. Peeks back to the high side. He's not going to get much draft up from Cody. Cody's going to sit in the middle. Not going to help either really one of them. Preston Cramner's going to drive it in and take back over P2. Or Steel P2, excuse me. Preston Cramner now, can he get a... Oh, Brandon Dittmer!
Yellow flag is out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is John Hine involved? Let's see here. See if we can go back, check this out. Oh, he was able to get through here. He used pit road. Oh, talk about fooling out all the stops here. Let's go back and let's get a full view of Brandon Dittmer here. All right, so we see he's just floating up. I mean, he's just kind of he's doomed already. If you're that high, carrying that much speed, you're in trouble already. Let's see if we can find who comes around and gets him. Nope, I'm not going to be able to. But he just bounces back up, and there's nowhere to go. Oh, man, was that Jeff Kemper, actually? No, it wasn't. He was still sitting in the pits. Oh, man. See if we can bring him back up. We've talked to the professor once already. Let's bring him back up here. Hey, John, before you get into trouble, I just pulled you back up into the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do.
Dude, we rode on board with you there, man. Way to avoid that. You got to use the pits there, I see.
Yeah, that's just situational awareness. I saw everything go down, and I knew if I hit the brakes, because earlier I hit the brakes, and I don't know, 3-4 seconds later, his cars just come piling in because I guess, we're not slowing down for yellows now. So I thought that was my safest course of action. But what stinks is that cost me my lucky dog because it put me back behind everybody. So, yeah. This is, you got to remember, too, this is a lot of dirt racers, a lot of inexperience. I know a lot of people probably tuning in, watching, saying, oh, my God, all these cautions. But, it's a lot of guys, no experience. I mean, we're here to celebrate Bob. It's all a good cause and a good reason to be here and all that kind of stuff. But, man, oh, man, guys, they got to realize the nose of these cars when you're in traffic and a thing here. I mean, I'm rolling out to almost 60% throttle, and I'm driving right up to the back of people to not lose the nose. Anything more than that, nose takes off up the track you go, and I think guys are getting into trouble. Because I think they're just pushing too much, and that goes, like I said, back to inexperience.
No, yeah, you're exactly right. That's what we've been seeing, guys. Just lose all the air off that nose, push coming out of the corner, and just getting that wall. We've seen most of these wrecks have been guys wrecking by themselves and then, collecting the rest of the field.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that goes back to inexperience and everything else, and you got to have some situational awareness. Okay, we've had a couple laps at least under green, and everybody should know by now, if you're in the pack or behind somebody, your car's not going to cut like it did in practice when there's nobody around, or just maybe even one car in front of you. But it's it's an adventure out here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. Well, long way to go.
You having fun filling all this time?
Oh yeah, I'm trying. That's how I pulled a bunch of you guys up here.
Yeah, I tell you what, you keep me up here if you want.
Oh, I'll send you back. I'll let you have fun with those boys, but I'll drag you back and forth here every now and then. But hey, man, you're in a good spot. You didn't need that lucky dog. Long way to go. We're not done having cautions yet. Just survive till the end.
Yeah, but I've already used up fast repairs, all that. So one more and I'm out. So. Yeah, we'll buckle up here. We'll go back. We'll have some fun here. And I don't know if anybody out of Bob's family is watching or not, but, our hearts go out to you guys. Thoughts and prayers. Bob was a hell of a man, and it's an honor. I barely knew him but through the iRacing. Never got to meet him, but hell of a guy.
Well, hey, man, I'll send you back here, John. Good luck.
Yep.
That's John Hine, and, yeah, 100%. We don't know if you are out there watching it. Dumb clout thing anyway, but if you are watching, we hope this helps you in some way. Bob helped us, and we're racers. This is the only way we know how to give back. It sounds dumb, but it's the truth here. Green flag's back out. John Rayner with an excellent start. Looking on the high side of Preston Cramner, but Preston's not going away. He's going to take it back here in the middle of two. Battle for second, though. Jack Clevenger in the 19, he's looking low in that black machine. No, excuse me, that's John Rayner ducking low on Preston. We're almost 3 wide for the lead.
Yellow flag is out.
Big one in the back. Big one in the back. Couldn't tell who that was. iRacing, I don't think wants to help me out with who caused that wreck. I'm getting notifications of a yellow flag, which we all know and see. But okay, who was that? Brandon Dittmer was involved. Was it Cody Graham? No, it was not. James Bowie. Okay, that's going to help us out here. So we're going to go back to this. We're going to try to give you a live view here. So that's James Bowie under Brandon Dittmer. This was the caution. Oh, terrible net code. Oh my gosh, that's I mean, there's nothing more you can say about that. We're going to go just to cover these guys. I mean, that's kind of, look at this from the chopper cam here. We're going to leave it in quarter motion just so you guys can see. There is, I mean, you could park a golf cart. It looked like in between. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's tough. I mean, you know, guys are starting to run out of quick repairs like we heard John talking about, and guys like there's Steven, he had to go down in the grass. He probably lost the lucky dog because of that. I mean, they're just, no, he had already gotten the lucky dog last time, excuse me. But man, that's a tough break. Those guys gave each other plenty of room, or to what they feel is plenty of room. What I believe is plenty of room. What most people believe should have been definitely plenty of room. That's just a tough one. Let's see here though. Let's look at him motoring around. We talked to him, and he talked about losing the lucky dog last time. Well, he got it this time. the professor's back on the lead lap. It's a big deal for him. Brandon Dittmer's in the pits. We'll have to see if he can if he's got a quick repair left, but he's been in there for quite a little bit, so that might be all she wrote for the Spider Monkey tonight. I'll have to see. Right now, Jack Clevenger, he's out front. Back in P4, he's been one of the more dominant cars we've had this evening. Steven Spies, we saw him towards the front, and he ended up getting in the inside wall real hard and starting a big one. Let's see here. Lights are off. We're getting ready to go back racing. You know, I may not be the best broadcaster, but I'm an honest broadcaster, and I'm going to tell you, if we get another quick caution, you're not going to hear me talk much the next one, because I'm going to go drain the main vein, if you know what I'm saying. Got a long drive home from Harrisburg this evening. Hurried up, got on the computer, so we have to take care of this. So we're going to go back to... kind of fanned out for the guys, but I like the effect. That's kind of what you get here, especially, you know, I mean, maybe not first lap Indy, you know, they're pretty close, but as it starts to spread out under caution, you really see these guys fan out. They're not all hammer down on the green. The smart move is just, you know, give yourself a quarter of a second. Let the guy pull ahead of you a little bit. You're going to get the draft back anyway. It's no big deal. You're not losing anything. You're giving yourself a safe cushion. And then, yep, you see that didn't happen.
Yellow flag.
In the back, some guy in the back tried to go. Did exactly there. But I talked about how what you shouldn't do. And well, that's what happens. So that's Steven Spies. Let's see who's the culprit here. Not Tate. Not Clevenger. Not Bob Curtis. Wasn't Roger. I feel like Roger got the help. Was it Mike Cramner possibly? Let's see if we can get a rewind here. Yeah, so this is going to be it. He just, you know, instead of leaving a little bit of a gap, the green comes out, he drops the hammer. The Bass man hadn't committed yet. He did what I said I like to do, you know, is just going to leave that little bit of gap. And, I mean, there we go. There's 4 race cars. Let's count them up. 5, caught the red one in there at the end. That's just a tough break. You know, guys, you'd think after some of the trouble we'd have, we'd see some patience, but you know, sometimes you gotta go. It's hard to turn it off. You're looking at the man out front, the 302 of John Rayner, and he's looking like he's going to come in and get some petroleum-based product. He's going to pull in the pits. It's going to move Cullen Johnston. That's going to help him inherit the lead here. Let's see. I don't see Cullen in Discord, so shame on you, Cullen. Shame on you for not being in Discord, so I can pull you up and blabber to you and distract you. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. But seriously, it is more fun being able to pull you guys up. Whenever I'm in the booth, you should try to sit in Discord. I promise I won't get you to say anything and get you in trouble. I know how it goes. I've been on that end way more times than I can count, so I know better than to try to drag you guys into trouble. Sometimes I can, I may know what you're thinking, but everybody else may think, man, this guy is full of crap, man. This guy runs his mouth. He always says this. He always says that. But case in point, I tried talking to you guys about the arrow push whenever you lose the front end, when you're in the draft. And John comes up here, verifies it for me, says that's what he blames most of the cautions on, guys. Pushing off corner exit. It's just nice getting to have the driver's perspective, getting to, maybe hear a little bit of that clean frustration. Where you voice you're frustrated with things. Love getting that. Love getting that up here in the booth. But holding the flag steady here, we'll see. I always like, iRacing never incorporated that. I never really paid attention to asphalt if they do it or not, but I always loved in dirt racing. Whenever you come to get that one to green, they roll that yellow flag up real nice and tight. And you're getting the 1 to green. But here we got to cheat. We got to look at the pace car. That's what's telling me. I don't have a race director saying, Zach, 1 to green, get ready to go. See, we're down to 10 guys on the lead lap. If we were to get a caution right now, I believe Roger Craig would be the lucky dog. And I'll put it back to the gap here, but we haven't had a lot of green flag racing, but I'll just show you guys a little bit of what some of their best lap times are here. Does have the fastest lap of the race. I believe it's the man in the 55, Steven Speed's a 41.08. Quickest lap of the race. Yeah. An eye at what some of the times that they're running here. As we're getting ready to drop the hammer here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out for your leader, Cullen Johnston on the inside, but Cody Graham he's figured out where these things go green. It's an excellent jump for him on the outside. He's going to take over P1. Steven Spees on the outside. Who is that back there? James Bowie, Cramner, couldn't tell. Good save, whoever it was. Sorry, I couldn't give you total credit. We got a battle for the lead, though. Cullen Johnson looking to the outside of Cody Graham.
Caution,
I'm here
yellow
wrecking.
flag.
That ain't good. That ain't good. Let's see what happened here. I don't know if it started with Kemper. I see him. iRacing's saying that he was in a wreck. So yeah, he just floats up. Kemper floats up, maybe pushes it a little too hard. Gets in the back of, who was that? Wasn't Mike Cramner? Nope. Gonna have a tough time figuring out who that was here, but tough break. That was just Kemper pushing it a little hard, floated up, and you saw he was on pit road for a long time earlier. I imagine it's probably the dagger in his night here. But the guy who just is preaching patience, he's hanging around. He's still got a car left. He's hanging around in 6th place. Preston Cramner still in the top 5 there. But right now, the story, it's pretty much been Cody Graham. rotates out of the lead, but man, he sticks up towards the front. He's had a dominant car all night. Trying to find, I know there is some button because I'm moving. How many laps led these guys have? Well, but of course, can I find it? No. I'm gonna try. Yeah, no, that's something I'm going to have to do a little bit of hunting on. Not sure how to give you the accurate laps led data. That's something I'm going to figure out. Pace light should be going off this time by, I believe. Bill Calder said keep an eye out on John Rayner. He may have actually, now looking at the paint, he may have been the one who got turned by Jeff Kemper. So tough break for John. Sorry I couldn't give you that credit when it happened, but man, it's so tough. I'm not recognizing all your guys' paint jobs. If you guys were in a sprint car, I got those things memorized. I see you guys racing my sleep, for God's sakes. Right now, you know, I preach patience for everyone else on these restarts, and if you're towards the middle back, you've got to settle down. Got to get some green flag laps in, but if you're Steven Spies, you're taking everything I say and you're throwing it the heck out the window. With the way Cody Graham has been getting these restarts, you're getting as close to him as you can, and as soon as that green car moves an inch, you're slamming that pedal to the floor. You're trying to get by Cullen Johnston because Cody has he's had these race starts figured out all night. We're getting ready to drop the green flag again here at the Brickyard. We're going to have 31 laps to go this time by. It's become a war of attrition. We started out with 21 cars, 11 guys on the lead lap, and you're seeing them single out a little bit. It's about time, boys.
Pulling right just snapped the inside there, and Steven Spies looking the inside.
Oh, look at you up here, Jeff. What's going on?
Not much. Figured I'd jump up here since I ran out of talent, clipped the grass, and, balled up my car and forgot to click the fast repair.
Oh, man. I'm pretty good at doing that myself. And then you said it, Steven Spies, he's able to look up there. He got the second, but Cody Graham, he's been quick all night, man. He's trying to pull away. Now Steven, he's trying to stay in that draft. Not going to gain much time as he probably would have liked down the backstretch. But he knows a long way to go. He's just going to settle down. But, man, all of a sudden, Greg Boydell up to P3 there. Jeff, where he's at?
He's getting a toe off of Steven Spies right now, so he's able to gain some ground. He'll probably, on the backstretch there, be looking the inside of him.
He started third, kind of fell back a little bit. And actually, the top three, now that I see that, top three running right where they started. So who would have thought halfway into this thing, right back up there. But John High, man, no quick repairs left. We talked to him earlier. He's running in fourth. He knows it's go time.
Yeah, he's able to work himself back up towards the front after, a bad few laps there, getting into trouble. And it's working out pretty good right now. As long as he keeps himself clean, he's got a chance for this.
It's good to see these long green flag runs here. You were saying that when I talked to you, you had 22 laps, and I talked to you on lap 13, but we got a couple cautions, man. If this thing goes green, we might have to see a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, that's a good possibility of it.
Yeah,
got Steven Spies now closing up on Graham, pulling in on that toe. You see how the tires are going through the corner, how well they've held up.
Yeah, and John said it earlier too. It's one thing to catch a guy here with his toe, but when you get up behind someone, we've seen guys just lose the front end. It gets real tight when they start to push coming off the corners. So you see, he made up that time, but then when he got to within about 4/10 of a second, he lost a 10th and a half there. Just started the push.
Yeah, if you're not within like a half car length, there's so much turbulence that happens. You're lifting quite a bit and almost dragging your brakes some to get around that corner without pushing up into the wall.
And you see Steven got a big run there out of two. Cody Graham saw it coming too in the mirror. He moved low going down the backstrip, trying to avoid giving that 55 some toe. But, man, he is coming. He knows it's go time.
Yeah, down to 26 laps left. We're definitely getting to crunch time. The pavement window is about to open up.
On the leaderboard there, I just clicked it over to, you're going to see their most recent laps here. So we'll be able to see, Cody Graham here in a 41.33 last time by, and Steven Spies, fastest car on the track last time by 41.08. So he is definitely making up that gap, and we are going to have a battle for the lead before this thing's over. Looking back too to John Hine, he's catching Greg Boydell for P3. He might have a battle for P3 going here too. We're going to go back up front until I see something going on here. Cody Graham, he's just got to stay smooth. He's got Steven Spies behind him. One hiccup, and as fast as they're going, that could take out two race cars.
Steven's got to look to the inside here. Cody shuts it off, adds a little bit of the wake onto the front end of there, and Steven's going to have to check up a little bit.
Yeah, and that people don't realize whenever that car cuts down in front of you, you really do feel that in the car. The wheel starts to get light, and it just pushes going in the corner. But here he comes, big run. He's going to look going down here into turn one. Not going to have enough to get it done. Cody's got the preferred line on exit. Pushes Steven down off a little bit. You see Steven entered there a little high. He's going to go for a big run. See if he can maybe think about making another move here going down the backstretch. He's going to take Cody's line. He's going to take the high side this time.
Watch for the crossover here. Cody comes up. Oh, never mind. Thought he was going to look down the inside, but Cody's going to maintain his line and keep Steven behind him.
Yeah, I mean, we've raced with Steven enough to know that, he's way more patient than we are. He's going to do what it takes, but frustrations will build here soon. Is he going to throw it in here? Yeah, he does. New leader out front, that 55, but man, Cody Graham ain't going away. He's all over the tail tank. Looking back underneath the 55, he should have him cleared here at the end of the backstretch, and he does. 55's going to maybe look to cross him over. No, he's going to keep it up high for now.
And Steven has enough time to kind of figure out how the car's going to handle, in fresh air behind Cody. And he's probably just figuring out what he needs to do the last two laps to get that win.
No, yeah, and you know, if this thing does go green, they're to the point where they got to figure out when they want to pit. How do you want to do this? You know, we haven't had a green flag pit stop all day. It's going to come down to how much time you're going to lose in the pits here. That could be a big story here before this thing's over.
Yeah, with green flag pits, it's definitely your entry speed getting in there and getting your brakes and trusting them. Make sure they're going to slow you down in time before that timing line. And that could gain you a lot of time there.
Yeah, I think if you're Steven and you think you got to pit it all, let's say you have to pit on lap 5. I'm making that up, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, maybe Steven pits lap 8 and just tries to get a little bit of clean air because he's got some speed. He's got the fastest lap of the race, but just nowhere for him to go right now behind Cody Graham. Actually, I say he's got the fastest lap of the race. Last time by, Greg Boydell stole the fastest lap of the race. 40.99. He's doing that without tow. That man is coming, Jeff.
Yeah, he is. He's got the clean air there, so while these guys are racing and figuring things out, he's able to, you know, clock good, clean laps and just keep pursuing them.
Yeah, and we saw Steven, he took the lead, but now Cody Graham, he's going right back at it here. And you said it, man, with those guys battling, that 014 of Greg Boydell is licking his lips. Here he comes. Got that lead down to 6/10, and all of a sudden we got a 3-car battle for the lead here at the Brickyard. Steven Spies, can he make the pass here in turn 4? He can, but he's not going to have as good a run as Cody Graham here. But Cody Graham doesn't have that good a run. I'll tell you what, Jeff, what they're doing running side by side, they're giving that 014 a big weight.
Oh, yeah, and he's smiling right now. Just holding it down, and boys, keep it up. Here I come.
Yeah, and these guys, you know, running this close to each other, crossing each other over. Those front tires are mad right now, and man, Greg's, he's just big smile on his face. Here he comes.
Look at that run. Closed right in on him. Yeah, and like I said, probably a few degrees cooler tires. He's able to make a few more moves than these guys are up front.
No, and you know, we talked about it with John at the Nürburgring last week. You know, you get those 2 cars running side by side down that long straightaway. Dude, if you're in behind those, it's twice the pool. It's unbelievable. But now Greg actually not sure. Maybe he burnt the tires up. Maybe he was pushing too hard. He's losing a little bit to these guys now.
Yeah, there he just kind of tucked down and almost clipped the curb with his left front. And I wonder if he's getting too far down in there that maybe it's eating tires up a little bit too.
Yeah, back up front though, Cody Graham, man, these guys aren't stopping. Back to the front, gonna take it in turn 3. Steven Spies gonna look up high in turns 4. Try and they're both gonna get some tow here. We got a lap car coming up. My software doesn't want to tell me who that lap car is, so whoever that lap car is, behave yourself. Got the leaders going around on the high side. No! Oh, what a save by the 55! Oh my gosh, he is not going to be a happy camper, but what a save for the 55. That could have been so bad. Going to lose P2 to Greg Boydell, but with green flag pit stops a possibility, plenty of time here to react.
Yeah, now John Hines starting to close in on Steven Spies. Steven has damage. He's coming in.
And, you know, he either maybe got a little bit of damage or he wants to go in. If he knew he had to pit anyway, maybe he's going to go get fresh tires here, Jeff. Maybe he's going to try for this. You know, I was stuck behind him. I'm going to go just try to run 16 qualifying laps here. We'll have to see. He's going to, who knows if it'll pay off, but I don't think you really have a choice if he had damage.
Yeah, I just clicked over and missed what happened there, but seeing kind of the end results, and yeah, either the way it looked like the way he pulled in was he had damage, or he was, you know, going to try to leapfrog people, get out of the wake of everyone else.
Yeah, and interesting to see Steven Spies. He's pulling out of the pits right now. He's in the bottom of 1 and 2. You see your leader coming right there in the back of the picture. Is Steven Spies going to be able to beat him out? No, he's not. Cody Graham's going to put him a lap down. But now that's very important there for Steven. If a caution would come out, he's the lucky dog. First car lead lap, or first car lap down. And Greg Boydell's going to look to the low side here, but I don't think he realizes that man just hit and took tires.
Yeah, it looks like Steven has Colin Johnston and Donovan Ross both a lap down. So if he said to them, he'll get the lucky dog if a caution comes out. But the way it's been running, you got to question if the caution's going to come out.
Yeah, you know, we've seen that in the league here before. You get a couple of them right off the bat, and then once the field thins out a little bit, we go green flag, and that's what we've seen. I think if you're Steven Speeds here, you got to go up and, I mean, you don't want the lucky dog. You want to put the car back on the lead lap. So he's got to run him as hard as he can here and, you know, maybe force Cody Graham to make a little mistake, but nobody's been able to force him to do that yet. Right now here, 13 laps to go. All Cody Graham, he was your pole sitter tonight. He hasn't led every lap, but he's been up towards the front all night. Greg Boydell running P2 and the Professor John Hine P3. Preston Cramner, he's up 17 spots. Remember, he started shotgun on the field. He's currently P4. Brandon Dittmer, we've seen him getting a few accidents tonight. He's got it in P5. And then James Bowie's back in P6.
And here comes Steven trying to get his lap back. I wonder, you know, getting some fresh tires on there, cooling them down a little bit. Maybe he'll get his lap back naturally. And, you know, he's still going to need that caution, but he'll be on the lead lap if that comes out here before long.
John Hine on pit road. John Hine is on pit road, so maybe taking one out of Steven's book, going to pit early. Brandon Dittmer's coming down, so here we go. It's that time, Jeff.
It is. We got. I wonder what Cody Graham's fuel load is right now. You know, is he gonna pit or what's gonna happen here? Steven tucked down in the grass there, but was able to maintain.
Yeah, he gave me a heart attack there. I just put him on the broadcast. I thought when he put those left tires, he was done. But here's your leader. Your leader's pitting this time.
Here we go.
Greg Boydell inherits the lead, and he's got a big run on the 55 of Steven Spees. He's going to force the issue. He's going to try to go around, but Steven says, man, dude, I got those fresh tires. What are you doing? You're slowing us down. Oh, and John Hine, he spun on pit road. They're trying to get off. We saw him get sideways. Cody Graham is now sitting in pit road. We're going to keep an eye on where Steven Spees is. He's in the middle of turns 3 and 4 right now.
Graham with a quick pit stop. I wonder, probably less fuel, you know. But here he comes out.
Yeah, comfortable gap for Cody. Very comfortable. Man, if there's not a caution, this is quite the hill to climb for Steven Spees. But Preston Cramner, he's your new leader. He inherited the lead after all the pit stops. Does he have enough fuel to go the whole way? I highly doubt it, but man, he's going to make it. He's going to try. Going to keep it out there. 9 to go.
Yeah, Preston Cramner closing up on Steven Spees right now. Looks like he's maintaining a pretty good line. Like Zach said earlier, we'll see how the fuel works out here. Going to the inside Spees and around. Oh, Spees is going real slow.
Yeah, you got to wonder what's going on with Spees here. He maybe got in the wall, got some damage. That thing, I don't know, it doesn't, not acting right.
In the pit he goes, it looks like.
Yep, so he must have got into something. He didn't like the way the car was handled. He's going to duck off in the pits again. But man, Preston Cramner, he's out front. You gotta think he's praying for a little Hanukkah miracle, Jeff. He's trying to get that oil to just needs that light lamp, or he needs that lamp to stay lit here.
Absolutely. You know, he's racing with a heavy heart right now, so this would be a big deal for him. I seen their team out practicing earlier, and it would have been awesome for them to get 1, 2, 3, but any of them get the top step of the podium is well worth it.
No, you're exactly right. And Preston, he's got it out there, man. If you're anywhere close on gas, Preston, shut that thing off. Let's save some fuel, man. Play the game. He's got a 33-second gap on Cody Graham right now. So if he does end up having to pull in the pits, he's definitely going to lose the lead. So he's going to go for broke mode right now.
Oh, yeah. Now we got Jim Bowie back in third right now, still on the lead lap, and G.J. Boydell, the top 4 on the lead lap, or the 4 people on the lead lap right now. And that's a good run out of Jim. We'll see if he will have to pit for fuel, or if he's able to stretch it out for another 6 laps.
Jim's pitting right now. We jinxed him.
Man.
Jim's pitting right now, but hey, man, it was good while he was up there. But right now, man, Preston is he's making it last, Jeff, and Cody only chewed up a second that last lap, so Preston not really in fuel-saving mode, I wouldn't think. You'd think he'd be giving up a lot more time than that if he was.
Yeah, you know, he must have looked, and he must have enough, because with that big of a gap, you would be running half throttle maybe at most or whatever to make sure you had enough till the end. So looks like he's pretty confident.
Oh, nope, he's pulling in the pits.
Never mind. Dang.
Yep, so Preston not going to have enough to make it. I mean, he's going to have to hope for a caution at this point in time. There's Cody Graham here. He's going down the backstretch, so let's keep an eye on Preston. Preston's in his pit stall right now. We're going to switch back to Cody.
Yeah, quick gas and go, and Preston's heading back out of the pits.
You know, Preston might not be in bad shape here, Jeff. It's going to be close. I think Preston's going to lose it, but he's going to be a close second.
Yeah, Graham coming into turn 1 right now. Preston exited in the pits. We'll see how his pit exit is. You know, if he's able to maintain that speed going to 3 and 4 on that infield and get back out on the track, we'll see.
Oh,
or 1 and 2.
That exit's going to be close. Not sure if he held it into that blue cone or if they're going to nail him with a black flag. That was really close. And right now, you're just hoping that John Hine maybe fights Cody a little bit, helps Preston get some pull to get back up there. As he's just inside of that tow range. Gotta wonder, can Preston somehow pull up the strength to get this done? Nothing against Cody, but I don't think there's a damn person watching that's not rooting for that 07 right now. Come on, Preston, find some speed. With 3 to go this time by, Cody Graham extending that lead, though, over Preston Cramner. He doesn't care what I say. He wants this thing just as bad as anybody right now.
Yeah, he's up to 1.315, so Preston's really going to have to hunker down and hit everything right and have Cody maybe make a mistake, get around. But, you know, anything could happen. It looks like Cody's going to seal this thing up at the rate he's going here.
Yeah, he's just got... What are we here, Jeff? This is a 2-miler, right?
2.5, I believe, but it might be 2.
All right, I think you're 2.5, but I didn't want to. I think you're right, but I didn't want to sound down. And we got 5 more miles here left, and without a hiccup from Cody Graham, it looks like this thing's over. Oh, John Hine gets a little loose. Are we going to get a caution? No, he's able to save it.
Yeah, that would have changed everything. Bunch him back up for a caution would have been a good sprint run towards the end. But Cody's able to come back around, and it looks like he might be taking the white flag here.
Yeah, it looks like Bernie's about to wave that white flag as there it goes. It's in the air. Final flag. Next time by, no matter what. Wreck it, it don't matter. This thing's over. Cody Graham's got 2.5 miles to go. Coming down the backstretch for the final time. He's got a 1.2 second gap over second place Preston Cramner. You see there, Preston's not going to get any help with the toe, and barring a mistake here from the 24 of Cody Graham, he is going to win the Bob Light Memorial Indy 75. Coming out of turn 4. Here he goes across the bricks, and it's over. We have our winner, Cody Graham, followed by Preston Cramner, G.J. Boydell, Cullen Johnston, Donovan Ross, and Brandon Dittmer round out the cars in the lead lap. And we're going to bring it home with John Hine, Bob Curtis, James Bowie, and Roger Craig, your top 10.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we heard Cody Graham's name. He's back to CTC and running, and good to see him show up first run and put her on top.
Yeah, he answered the bell. He quickest car in qualifying, and I mean, a little bit of bad luck here and there, but he kept up most of the race. And, I mean, he showed why he was an asphalt champion, that's for sure.
Yeah, you got a hats off to Preston Crammer and his run. You know, what a great run. Everything he's had to deal with, and man, guy really showed up, and he had a good chance to win this tonight.
Yeah, he did. He definitely won't be disappointed with that run, I don't think here, but let's go ahead and let's see here if we can find. I know the last couple times here, Greg either hates me or he just never joins in Discord. I haven't been able to get Greg here in a long time.
You remember to put deodorant on?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
that's
I did.
why.
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to work today, so I would have been in trouble with all those customers had I not. But we'll see. I'll give him a little bit more time here. We'll see. We'll bring him up here. We'll bring up Preston here first. Hey, Preston, man. Shaggy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, qualifying didn't go your way. I think you'd be the first person to admit that. But, dude, up 19 spots. Hell of a job tonight, man.
Man, I will tell you, I'm sitting here grinning ear to ear. I couldn't be happier with that. And then a single incident, I made a couple of contacts that didn't count. Greg did a great job saving it at one point. I got him a little loose. I don't even know if he knew I hit him, but he slid a little bit. But that screw up in practice, I was out there pushing way too hard. I wanted it so bad, and I just pushed it straight into the wall. And I think it was the best thing it could have happened because it really just kind of put me back into perspective. And I got out there starting figuring, hey, I just need to finish this thing. And about 5-10 laps in, I was roaring to go. So real happy with that.
It was, yeah. And, dude, you had one of the quicker cars at the end of that race. I mean, yeah, you had a little bit of a less pit loss time because you were smart and extended it, took less fuel. But, dude, you made up a lot of time on that last run. And you had to be hoping maybe John would go up there and race Cody a little bit, weren't you?
Yeah, it looked like he was, too. I think he got a little looser or something. I'm not sure. Maybe backed out to give him a break. He probably deserved that as a leader anyway. But, yeah, it was, I don't know. I didn't have anything for him. I knew I ran a really good race as far as my own, comparing it to other races I've run. Saved tires well. Fortunately, did enough research to know how to manage the fuel through the mixtures and stuff, so that helped a bunch. I got that first run, I really saved a ton of fuel. Cautions helped, obviously, but yeah, it was kind of stunk. It was such a wreck fest at the beginning, but we got some good racing in there at the end.
Yeah, no doubt. Long green flag run there to end it with a green flag pit stop, man. I really appreciate you putting this thing together. This was a lot of fun to do, Preston. Always love doing stuff for you guys. Congratulations on that P2, man. Who do you want to thank tonight?
You know what? I want to thank everybody that I've worked with over the years, but I want to make sure we take time just to remember Bob and think about his family. So we'll catch sponsors in 6 months when I manage to pull off a podium again. But tonight's just about Bob. We miss you, buddy, and that's it for me.
Well, hey man, that's awesome. That means a lot. We're all gonna miss Bob for sure, but he'll be out here on the track with us every night. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. Catch
Take
you later,
it,
guys.
Yep, take it easy, Preston. That's Preston Cranmer. He finished P2, and you know what? Here, Jeff, Greg did show up. I'm gonna let you interview the third place man, Greg Boydell here.
Hey, Greg, it's Jeff up in booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Jeff. How are you?
Yeah, you had a good run tonight. Finish her up third. Looked like a pretty good race. Do you have any more to get to Preston or maybe even Cody?
No, I couldn't get their draft, so yeah, it was pretty well done deal.
Yeah,
Well-
kind of made your bed and ran with what you had there. Not able to get up close to him, but that was a great run.
Yeah, thanks. No, it was a good time, and it was a lot of fun racing with Preston's Group Mass and our C2C guys. And just real quick, want to send out condolences to Bob Light's family. And quick report on Bill Calder. Bill is doing a lot better now, and hopefully we'll see him back out soon.
Yeah, Bill was chatting it up in the chat box with me tonight here, Greg. He was itching to get out there, but he was rooting for all you guys, that's for sure, man. You did a hell of a job tonight, and up until that last run, there for a little bit when you ran down the leaders, I mean, you're probably not aware of any of that, but up until about 4 to go, you had the quickest lap of the race, Greg, so you had quite some pace tonight.
Yeah, I heard it come across, and I was a little bit shocked, actually, Zach, because what I was doing was letting off going into 1 and 3 and dropping into 5th and trying to power out of the corners. And it was working for a while, but yeah, last pit stop kind of killed me.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen. You got in the none of it was your fault, but you got in the funk tonight. You cautions, and then all of a sudden they stun you with that long green flag run with the green flag stop. But dude, you handled it well, man. Congratulations on the podium tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
Thanks, Zach. Actually, I appreciate it. Just you guys for hanging in there doing the broadcast, and Preston's Group Mass, which I've never raced with, but sounds like a fun group, and our C2C guys, and a big woohoo out to the retreads guys too.
Well, yeah, congratulations, Greg, and man, I'm sure this won't be the only time I'm talking to you this season.
No, actually, they're just redoing our cable lines up and down all the streets, so I will actually have full power again instead of half power.
Oh, there we go, man. Well, congratulations, and we're glad to have the 014 back out there with us, bud.
Yep, thanks for having me, and thanks to both of you guys for doing a great job as usual.
Appreciate it. That's our third
Thanks,
place
Greg.
finisher, Greg Boydell, and we made him wait long enough. Now here he is. Cody, we haven't seen you around in a while, but man, you came back with a storm. Hell of a run tonight.
Yeah, I took a little sabbatical. Sometimes just life gets in the way. You try some other stuff. You just do some different things, and free time's always a premium in life. And come back and Indy 500, well 75, but these cars are always fun to drive, and especially now that they can be broadcasted again on iRacing. So doing Indy races is fun. And the most iconic race there is, and track and setup and combo, and it's always fun. I'm glad we got a bunch of green there at the end to dice it out.
Yeah, were you worried at all there with I guess Preston Pitt with 6 to go? Were you worried he maybe had enough gap there with the lighter fuel load that he was going to beat you out of the pits, or did you know you pretty much had it?
No, he took such a long time to pit. I thought maybe, because it was so hard to keep track of who was pitting when, just with the yellows, that I thought maybe he had enough to go to the end. So that was my first thought. And then when he finally did duck in, just because I had come out with fresh tires with like 10 to go, so I figured I'd build up a big enough lead, just from the rotation of, like undercutting the pit. But then when he came out, I saw he was only like a second behind. So I don't know if maybe he obviously only did like a splash to get to where he needed to go at the end, and maybe he took no tires would be my guess. I'm not sure. So if he didn't take tires, then hopefully I would have had the speed to hold him off. But if he did take tires, then yeah, he probably would have tracked me down there a little bit, just because when I pit too, I knew like green white checkers just in case I took some extra fuel, just so I didn't get caught out and have to pit again. So I mean,
Sounds like you've
actually,
raced with us before, Cody, setting up for the Greenwood Checkered.
well, I mean it. Sure, but it is Indy. It's a long way around too. So if you get caught out and you don't have enough fuel to make it, you're toast. It's not like a little short track where you can coast. It's 2.5 miles, so you're in big trouble if you don't have enough. And I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes you get that false confidence when you have a long green flag run. You're like, all right, we're good now, but things can always happen at the end with whether lap cars or people on old tires sliding around. So I just wanted to be safe. And yeah, I didn't know what his situation was, but he made it close.
Yeah, he brought something up in the broadcast booth that I didn't even talk about all night because I rarely run this car. And he was smart enough. Were you messing with your fuel mixtures at all during the race?
Oh, not at green. Obviously, like when we're under yellow, I drop it to I think 8 is like the pace laps or whatever it is. I'm not sure. Whatever the lowest one is, I dropped it just for yellow. So I mean that which saved a ton, but that's also what made it a little difficult because it was trying to figure out when to make that first stop and then when to make the last one, and wanting to come out. We don't have spotters to tell you if you're going to come out in dirty air. So when I did come out of the pits and I had a couple guys in front of me, that wasn't the ideal thing, but you can't really estimate how far back people are and go through your leaderboard while you're running 230 and there's people next to you. So yeah, I did save under yellow, but when I was at speed, I do all I can just to hold on to it without messing with fuel settings. So
No, yeah, I hear you. I think, like I say, he was playing around with some fuel settings, so he was trying to pull one out of the bag and go as long as he could, but wasn't able to do it. And Cody, man, pole sitter tonight, led the majority of the race. I mean, you were in the top 5 all night. Congratulations, dude. Who do you want to thank on the win?
so I know I just came back recently, but I heard about Bob. So everything goes out to Bob. Thoughts, prayers, everything. Just I know he would have been here, and I know I've had a couple of great duels with him. He was always fast and clean, and I know for sure he definitely would have been right there at the end. And then I think Preston also has a league, and then C2C, just everyone that put this on. You being a broadcaster now, that's awesome. Always and someone new to the mix who can do a great job. So props to you too for broadcasting and just everyone that puts it on.
Well, hey, I appreciate the kind words there, Cody. It's awesome having you back, man. And, you came back and you're right where you belong, right up there at the top podium step. We need more guys like you in the Asphalt Series. So once you get some more free time, make sure you get your butt back in here, all right?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Cody. He's going to be your winner here of the Bob Light Indy 75 lap here at the Brickyard. And, real quick here before I dip off, Jeff, any final thoughts here on the race tonight?
Yeah, what a great race and a great thing we're putting on for Bob. A lot of us are feeling a little bit lost with him gone. We've raced with him doing road courses and stuff like that, and a real gentleman, and a real great racer, and he's going to be sorely missed.
Yeah, I can tell you. I know Jeff Barker's feeling it. That GT3 league is, man, that's never going to be the same. He was basically like if you grew up playing Gran Turismo. He's the ghost car. Like he was the fastest lap you could possibly get at that track. So we were always using him to try to go as fast as we could and to improve ourselves and get better. And Bob?
Yeah, anytime you could get behind him and follow him for, even if it was just a few corners and he was going to, gap you quite a bit after that, you'd learn quite a bit just off of those couple corners that you followed him for. And yeah.
Yep. Bob, if any of your families out there watching, our best wishes are out for you. And Bob, if you're up there, man, watching us, we know we can't do it as good as you, man, but we're sure as shit going to try to carry it on. And we miss you, Bob. So we're going to end right there. I'm Zach Chapman, part of Shaggy TV. Jeff Kemper came up and joined me tonight. Definitely appreciate the help here, but we're going to kill it here. So for the Coast to Coast Racing League and the Mass Racing League, we're happy you joined us tonight, and hopefully we can put on some more combos here in the future. But we'll be back tomorrow, I guess. What is it? Hometown Heroes. So make sure you're here tomorrow, 6:30 on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Have a good night.